welcome back to our show. Let's do a little cheers. We usually do a lot of drinking on this. He drinks the water, I drink the coffee. Ah, man, gas station coffee.
Delicious.
Usually I bring in my own roast, my Aradare roast, but it just didn't work out today. But
It happens.
anyway, have you been trail riding?
I have actually.
So tell me about it.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, the
where
trails have gotten a ton of rain here in DFW recently, so they are money right now.
Okay.
Them trails absorbed all that water, got hydration.
Nice. All right. So where'd you go?
We went to Horseshoe.
Okay.
And then we also went to...
Is that like when you go to Horseshoes, you're like a bunch of old dudes out there playing horseshoe?
No, I wish, bro. That'd make it more entertaining. But
Are you pretty good at that game?
yeah, I've been known to score a few points.
So he can answer correctly to his T-shirt then. He does trail
I trail,
ride.
bro. All right.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you trail, bro?
Real quick, shameless plug. Right now, you can get these on our website. Why am I like stretching it out? Like I'm like a canvas.
You
Like
better just flex and it's going to break, bro.
you know, well, it's been a while since I've hit the gym actually.
Hey, trail riding's all the exercise you need.
Yeah, I went to Bentonville this past weekend.
Tell me about that. Wasn't there a big EUC thing out there too?
Yeah, so went out there. Float Life Fest is coming, so I wanted to get some training in, wanted some practice. So Lil Jeff and I, we went out there.
Bentonville, Arkansas, baby. We're gonna go train.
I'm just looking at some Onewheel stuff.
You're looking at some one-wheel stuff.
Yeah.
What you looking at?
Onewheelparts.com. Go check it out.
On the way out there, I did find out that the AMP games were there. So
Yeah, the amped games
yeah,
or whatever.
it's pretty cool. It was a little EUC heavy with a little side dish of one wheel. Love you EUC guys.
We're at the AMP games over here in Bentonville. Look, check them out, check them out. Okay. Dude, in the wild, we got the Ignite foam grip tape. Someone was saying they didn't last. Bro, this is like 3 years old. The dude's been texting for like an hour. I've been talking to him. He don't even care about nothing. But we got a 3-year-old 6mm foam grip tape. Yeah, it lasts. We in there. We in there.
Shout out EUC. I know a lot of those guys trail, bro.
Yeah, I know, dude. Like the dude named Shibby. Do you know
Yeah.
that guy? Bro, he was
Insane.
doing crazy stuff. He was like jumping buses, like the long ways.
Yeah, it's
Insane. Yeah, there was a one-wheel race going on the second day. A guy that I follow on Instagram named Enrique took the first place. So shout out to Enrique.
Yeah.
Activities.
sending it.
He does
Let's go.
like he's a UC rider as well. He's doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Sometime.
All right, so let's talk about a few more races that are coming up. After Float Life Fest 5, I think the next one is a race in Las Vegas called Let It Ride.
Yeah.
After that, we have
Wingman Enduro.
the Windman Enduro. Yeah, Brooks. That dude's the Cinder.
Dude, insane. He was
Actually, I think his. I had it wrong, dude. I think his is on the 8th.
Yeah, his is October 8th.
His is on the 8th. Let It Ride is sometime in October
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Then you got Willoween at the end.
Yeah, and then you have another Willoween, Justin Thompson
Let's go.
production. Let's go. Okay, so, man, fall
gonna be
is
sick.
pretty intense.
Yeah.
You thought summer wasn't intense. Falls, we're hitting you right back with the same lineup.
Well,
Okay.
I think fall is more. Summer is like race season, and then fall is like festival season. You know.
All right, so let's talk about what we're going to be talking on the show, dude. This is almost, it's show number 2, so it's kind of going to be like the beginner show a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So, in fact, on this show, we're actually going to be hitting on location. We're going to be going to the trail.
Preserve. I know y'all heard a lot about that in show 1. So we had to come here. We're here at the Rowlett Creek Preserve, RCP.
And little Jeff has a neighbor friend, and his dad, who has never rode on a one-wheel on the trail, is going to be riding on the trail with us.
We're popping that first trail cherry, bro.
Exactly. And me and Austin is going to be there with him. And guess what? Austin, tell him what's going to happen. Tell him what we're doing.
So we might be blowing him out of the water if we ride regularly. So we're gonna ride the whole trail switch with him and give you guys pointers on what we think.
Yeah, we're going to be
Needs to
kind
be
of
done.
relearning the thing, you know, because
Yeah.
I ride switch not often. I mean, like, I'll do a revert. I call it fakie, really, in my mind, because it makes me feel a little more comfortable.
Skaterish, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
So, you know, if I feel like I'm rolling fakie, about to do like a half cab, I feel good. But if I'm thinking I'm rolling switch, about to like switch kickflip, like, no, that's sketchy.
It's a mental thing, you know.
It's a mental thing. So we're gonna ride. Me and Austin are gonna ride switch, and we're gonna be able to be there right with him as he's like encountering any sort of problems. We're gonna be able to give him feedback and so on. So awesome. Okay. So yeah, we'll be going to that footage here in a second. The on trail, we're gonna just be going to RCP. We picked a pretty easy trail.
Yeah,
it's
that
his
won't be
first
bad.
trail. What's something that he needs to bring that first time? I know in the first episode we kind of touched on this a little bit, but what's something that they will need to bring to their first trail ride?
A helmet. please, a helmet would probably be the best. Then I'd say wrist guards, knee guards.
You're basically saying they need to bring safety gear.
Bring safety gear at the bare minimum is probably what you're going to need.
Yeah, I think that's it, man. Just bring safety gear.
What's up, brother? You gonna hit this with no gear?
What's up, geeks?
You're calling me a geek? I remember when I carried, people thought about me.
What are you posers doing?
Do you even trail, bro?
Dude, we're shredding these trails, brother.
Actually, I just started yesterday and already picked this up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, run it.
Hey, what's up? Look at this guy.
Yeah, dude. Picked up one wheeling in a day, so I'm about to hit this drop.
For real?
Any advice?
You got any pads, helmets, or something like that?
No, dude. I'm a real man. I got balls.
He's too I met a lot of brother. tough guys like you. Problem is, if you hit it and fall, can't ride for several days.
Okay.
You know what? Dudes that don't fall, dude, don't push it to the limit, brother.
Okay, bro.
Oh yeah, these are wrist guards, and it pretty much just takes all the damage out of my hands when I fall. Function, and just keeps it to where my hands can stay in the game, and I can get right back up and keep riding.
Okay, virgins. You guys have fun playing with each other.
Damn.
Ooh. He wear that helmet now.
What are some things they need to be aware of?
Be aware of your board and yourself when you're on the trail. If you are, this isn't pavement, okay? If you've ever hit a pothole or a speed bump on pavement and you don't know it's there and it throws you off, it's because you're not expecting it. Out there on the trail, you've got a pothole and a speed bump pretty much every 5 feet. So you always have to be prepared. Be ready for obstacles to be in your way that you're going to have to avoid or roll over and stuff like that.
For sure.
It's not going to be smooth pavement. You're going to have stuff in your way.
Yeah, mentality-wise, I feel like you need to put everything to the side. You can't be thinking about what you're going to pick up from the grocery store on the way home. You can't be thinking about, son's baseball practice next Thursday. You have to be scanning the trail in front of you constantly because you're going to hit something and you're going to fall and you're going to hurt and you may be done with trail riding after that.
Yeah, we don't want you to have a bad experience out there. I mean, my first experience was that. I mean, I got back up and was excited to learn, but I went down hard multiple times because I was thinking about other stuff. I just was, 1 minute I was going and I started thinking, okay, how can I catch up a little bit more? And the next I was on the ground. And, it's little thoughts like that, little distractions that if you're booking it, you got to be all eyes on front.
Yeah. And it's a series of constant de-weighting. It's a series of constant kind of like...
I want to say little jumps.
Little jumps, yeah.
Yeah.
And so a good practice would be, going on finding bigger cracks like on sidewalks.
Yeah.
And practice hitting those with a little bit of speed and de-weighting as you hit them because that's basically what you're going to be doing the whole time on trails. Besides when you have harder little areas where you have to do little nudges or find the best line of this little section.
Find the worst street in your city and ride it as fast as you can. Don't try to avoid as many obstacles as you can. Hit them dead on within your ability, but that's really good practice. That's what downtown Dallas rides. I love it. It's like trail riding, but on pavement. It's awesome.
Yeah, you definitely got to be looking out for everything.
You got to be looking out.
De-weighting and jumping constantly. Next thing we're going to talk about is how the beginner, him going the first time on the trail with his XR, he needs to be familiar with the length of the ride so he can kind of navigate, know where he's going to ride to, and so he can get back without running out of battery.
Yes, that's another thing. Trail riding will basically half your range, especially when you're first starting out. Half the range that you think you're going to get on pavement, and just cut it in half. Yeah,
that's cool that you bring that up about the range because just so everyone knows, kind of like my personal thing, I get about 20 miles if my GT is pumped up to like a good 18 psi, and how I ride because I'm just gassing it the whole time, and so I'm getting about 20 miles on the street. When it comes to trail, I'm gonna get like 10 to 12.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right for my XR. So.
Yep. All right, so basically you need to probably download the app Trail Forks. You need to kind of map out where you're going to go to. You need to either find loops. You need to just be aware of the mileage you're going to go and what your board can take.
Know the trail, exactly, I mean, if you're going your first time skiing, you're not going down a double black diamond your first run down. Know whether a trail is
gnarly
within your... Yeah, I mean, if you really want to send it, go for it. But ride within your ability. Don't go to the hardest trail in your area and be like, yeah, I got this. You're asking to get injured. Start off easy. Don't bite off more than you can chew, but...
So isn't there like a ranking system?
Yeah, so trails do kind of have a ranking system. It's very similar to skiing, snowboarding, stuff like that. I mean, blue is obviously mid-range, green is the easiest, and then black is going to be your hardest.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, Justin Thompson made us race on a double black at Castle Run and Will Scorcher. So let's talk about stance now. We got a beginner coming on the course. How does he ride?
So your stance is going to be very different than on street, and that's the main reason that I fell and didn't run it out or roll it out, and why I just slid when I rode trails for the first time. I was thinking street stance, but it's
like
not
straight skateboard style, where you're kind of like
just
Bart Simpson.
Yeah,
Okay.
like straight up. You're going sideways and no.
Yeah.
You want to be basically ready at all times to run off of your board. It's
fact-
going to be the safest way.
In fact, now that you're saying the word run, one thing that they need to do before they trail ride is they need to jog around the parking lot.
Yeah, practice running, seriously, because if you're going to go faster than you can run on the trail,
Get you a couple steps in and roll.
yeah, it's definitely warm up.
What is your stance now?
My stance now is, since I ride on an XR still, GT coming soon, by the way,
Yo.
100%. It's foot as close to that back tire as I can, and then front foot pretty much as close to the front of the board as possible. That's how my stance is, and I'm always ready if I need to just run. It's going to be a very natural for me to step off and just sprint if I have to. My upper body is not like this when I'm riding the board. It's turned basically 90 degrees, so I'm ready to just rotate my hips and go if I need to. Because you never know. I mean, I still miss stuff and hit something, all of a sudden the rim gets boom, and I'm running. It just happens so fast I don't even process it. My body just does it naturally.
Yep. All right, so just like Austin, my stance is very similar. The top half of my body is aimed forward. I kind of have my arms carrying like this invisible beach ball.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're coming at you. Then the bottom half is kind of like a skateboard. We're kind of normal sideways. Like Austin said, his top half is up here. His bottom half is kind of facing this way. And it's just as we come off the board, the bottom half swings around. Now, the reason people do this with their arms is because at the moment's notice something happens, we're able to counteract wherever we need to put that balance. So you're basically sitting there like you're on a tightrope waiting to be thrown off this way or this way. And man, I've had so many 360 videos where all of a sudden you'll see me, whoa! And
your arm will literally have to slam
the
this
arm
way so
will-
you don't roll.
dude, the arm will get you back right. And so, yeah, it looks
really
funny.
works.
And someone on TikTok said that it looked like we were carrying invisible beach balls. I thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
It does, but at the same time, it saves your collarbone. It
There's a
saves your
purpose.
ankle. It keeps you from rupturing your knee.
Yup.
I'd rather look like an idiot and still be able to ride than not.
And the thing is, once you get good at it, people are going to be like, dude, you react like a cat. Because they'll be following you and something will happen. And real quick, your body will just know what to do. It's instinct. And it'll pop it back and keep the balance. So
And that comes with experience.
Yeah.
The more experienced you are, the more natural it is. You don't have to think about it anymore. Your body just does it.
let's talk common obstacles. You've never ridden a trail before. What should you look for?
Look for roots. Look for rocks. Look for holes. Look for embankments, and look for inconsistencies where it's not flat. Those are going to be the biggest thing that take people out all the time.
Exactly.
They don't see a rock and they hit it dead on without de-weighting, and
Woo!
yeah, or they hit a root.
that is ready. That's a cracked hip waiting for you.
Cracked hip and a cracked rim.
Yeah.
Same
for
thing with
sure.
a root. They don't see the root, and it bumps them up a little bit, and they are done.
Yeah.
Down like a sack of potatoes. You got to prepare for these things. Expect it.
Mm-hmm. And even when you're a good rider, these things can happen.
Yeah, they happened to me over the weekend.
Dude.
I didn't see a root, and I literally hit a bump straight legged, and it bounced me a foot off the board. I
Exactly, dude.
was exposed in the air. I had nowhere to go. It still happens.
All right. Thank you, Austin and Jeff at the studio. We are here on location at the Rowlett Creek Preserve. Yes, the famous one that we talked about all over show one. We are here now, okay? So this is where Austin and I actually started our trail riding experience. So my neighbor here,
Jeff Nelson. Actually, little Jeff plays with his son all the time. It's a big, happy family. Yeah, we're here today. He's never ridden a trail before, so we said, hey, let's go to the trails, document it, answer any sort of questions you may have, address any issues that you come over. And so, yeah, we're here today, and I'm going to introduce now to, there's one-wheelers here. It just threw me off. All right, anyway, we're back. So we're going to introduce Jeff real quick and get some feedback real fast. So Jeff, how long have you been riding one wheels?
You got a mosquito right here.
No,
thanks, man.
Nice. Oh, I got your blood on me.
That's nasty.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, so guys, check it out. We got one-wheelers in the wild. Come on, guys. Come on. Dude, what's up, dude? What's up, dude? One-wheeling is becoming that popular. We're just doing a one-wheel interview and just one-wheelers come by? All right, this is serious. Okay, we are live on location now with Jeff Nelson, a real beginner one-wheeler. He's never ridden a trail before. He's only ridden a one-wheel like a handful of times. Jeff, what do you think is going to happen right now?
I think I'm going to fall a couple times. I'm going to go really slow and make a fool of myself.
He's not going to make a fool of himself because he's got great coaches here. What would be a good goal for today?
I think I just like to get to the point that I'm comfortable with the trail. I'm not worried about just the board falling off of it or doing anything like that. Just getting comfortable and going, just having a good time, really.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really interested in doing some crazy things, just getting out there and enjoying the trail and enjoying the nature.
Dude, did you guys hear that? That's really what it's all about, to be honest. We're going to go with Austin and Jeff now, and they're going to talk a quick second about stance.
Alrighty, thank you, Jeff. So, Jeff, first time on the trail, huh?
It is my first time.
Alrighty, well, let's go over a little bit of like stance and see what we're doing. So, where do you normally put your feet on the board?
It's what I'd like to ask you.
Alrighty, well, what I like to do first off is basically just dead middle. I feel is a really good starting point. Don't have your toes hanging off this way and all that good stuff. That can be later on down the line. But I think dead even is a good place to start. And then naturally, as you're going through the trail, it should shift into the right position.
Okay. Further apart or closer together?
It's honestly up to you. Tons of people ride very differently. Some people ride with their back foot all the way up against the tire and their front foot way up here. Some people do the opposite. Okay. Some people go really wide. Some people go really short. It's just a personal preference.
Okay.
So Jeff, is there anything else you want to know?
Actually, there is. When I'm doing a drop or I'm going over a bump, do I need to push forward or lean back? Do I need to push myself over it? Do I let the board come up? Like, what's the technique here?
So what I like to describe to people is basically picture yourself hopping a little bit over any obstacle.
Okay.
So if you see a root in your way, it's kind of like a D weight, and just picture yourself doing a little jump, and the board should naturally just go over it.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're not forcing the board to do anything. You're laying the board, and you're just kind of jumping and going along with the board.
The board will do all the heavy lifting for you.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
You want to follow me?
I'll try.
Let's go. Coming up on my first hill turn ever in this trail, the first corner. There it is. There it is.
It's up on your knees.
Oh yeah, like I think also a good form is kind of bend your knees to be ready for like impacts and absorbing the bumps. Jeff is right on my ass telling me to go faster.
Well, that's a sign. I mean,
Dude, I'm feeling good normal. I might switch it up. Just start riding normal. A little bit weight. Shit.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we've been going for a little while. What's been some? You got any questions now that you've been growing a little bit? You got what's going on here?
I feel like my feet are getting tired. So I don't know if that's normal or if that's just because I'm not used to it. I found that when my feet get tired, I get really wobbly. It makes it hard to go over things. And I also noticed too that, like back here, whenever I'm coming up onto something that's a little bit more than just, that requires a little bit more effort to get over, if I'm not going fast enough and I stop at it, the chances that I'm going to get over it from a stop position to a go is very small.
Okay, so you've already basically understood trail riding. If you don't have enough speed to get over something, you're not going to get over it.
So
don't be afraid to go fast, you know?
Yeah,
that's
so
very good.
That's been challenging.
Yeah, and foot fatigue is definitely a killer. I mean, when my legs and my feet get tired, that's when I fall most of the time because I don't have the strength or the readiness to maintain that speed to go over sort of stuff. So definitely take foot breaks frequently and should be good to go. Yeah, so I saw you didn't get up this feature. I was probably in your way, blocking your speed, so you want to give it another go?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Nice.
Close.
There you go.
So you did the same thing. You went at an angle. Yeah. So instead of hitting this 2 times, you hit it at an angle to kind of avoid that second one.
You went on the angle and then rebounded before you hit the root and with the other direction. No, that one's tricky switch. Yikes.
Oh!
Yeah.
That was almost there, but yeah. Let's keep rocking. One good thing about trail riding is you never stay in one spot.
Yeah,
you
you're
keep
always
it rocking.
moving, you know.
Dude, good thing little Jeff isn't here. There'd be too many Jeffs. There'd be so much confusion. Whoa! Yeah! Good job, dude. That's a good bell because you didn't get hurt. Anytime you don't get hurt, that's a good bell. Act with the unevenness. Oh, we got a feature coming up. He's gonna hit his first feature too. There's a seesaw like coming up a little bit. It's pretty easy.
Send it.
Don't send it. Go slow over it. D weight right here. Yeah. Hill turn. Just slowly go up it. You got it. It's very simple.
Oh God.
You mean do it first?
No.
Here. All right, you got it.
Nope.
Hit it with a little more speed just to get over that initial.
Yeah, so what makes me nervous is that it's tense. And I mean, and that's just because I'm new.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So with it being tense, like I say tense, it's not relaxing.
Yeah, it's not a very flow state kind of thing like concrete is.
Exactly.
It's
so
more you got to concentrate.
Yeah, so I think I need to work on relaxing a little bit and not be so tense going through it, so I'm not so rigid and I can flow a little bit more.
Get a little bit looser.
Yeah.
Don't try and fight the dirt. Let the dirt take you where it's going to take you.
Yeah, and I think part of it is I'm still wobbly on it, so I feel like I'm constantly having to correct myself. That makes it hard for me to relax because I'm just constantly trying to do.
When you trail ride, you are basically constantly correcting yourself.
Yeah.
That's but it comes naturally with more experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your body just does it naturally versus you having to think and constantly do it.
Yeah. It's fun. I'd like to go faster, but I know I probably can't.
That's the end goal. Hey, if you go too fast, you'll end up
in the ravine over here, in the creek.
It's happened to me.
I do notice too when I haven't got the feel of going over bumps yet. So when I release my weight, it's the coming back onto the board after releasing my weight that I tend to get more wobbly and lose control. And I think that was probably part of the problem back there at that other one, was that there was 2 of them in a row. So I'd release the weight, and before I could get situated again, I had to release it again. So I couldn't quite recover as fast as I needed to go over those 2 bumps in a row.
Yeah, doing that comes with experience. Better landing after de-weighting and stuff like that. If you can practice bonks, that will help a lot with your landing control.
Yeah, I think that's part of part of the issue with this one. At the beginning of this one, you have that ledge.
That little bump, yeah.
And so trying to get over that little bump and then also stay on a narrow board with enough speed to get up it.
Definitely intimidating.
It's the speed. Let me try it again.
Yeah, just power through it. You got it.
The more speed you hit it with, the less that bump is going to affect you.
And also, once you get up there, don't be afraid just to put some pressure on that front, and it's going to feel like it's going slow, but it'll power right up that thing.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a trick to it.
You got it. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You got it. Oh, jump off. Nice.
Easy. I stopped and then I lost my balance.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
But yeah, we don't have to tackle it.
No, it's a transition. So, going up, your weight's here. Going down, your shift back, I'm assuming?
You can keep it straight. You'll just accelerate a little bit faster.
Ah.
The less time you're on this is the less time you have to balance on.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me try that.
Nice. He almost had it.
Yeah.
Go hit a switch. Go hit a switch. Dang, he's hitting that with some speed too. Okay. Okay, switch, oh Steve. Boy, just hit that thing. Switch. All right, I have faith. You got this, dude. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, he almost did a trick dismount and everything.
That was sick.
You got this, you got this. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
And the trick dismount.
Yeah!
Whoa!
That counts, dude.
All right, good.
That counts.
Yeah, bro.
All right, hey, go just for the fun, for the fun of it, go jump it.
All right, bet.
Nice.
Crack.
Yeah, that
Bumper doesn't have screws, so.
Oh, okay.
All right, this is a little tough. Go straight up. Good, 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 dude. Good. Bruh. Yeah. Yes. Nice. Dude, he just took that hill. Go right ahead, buddy.
Thanks for that direction.
Oh, no problem.
Looking good, you guys.
You killing it, dude. And then he came and like went over all these rocks, belled nice. See, he's belling nice because what you don't want is to be flat on the ground, your body. As long as you land on your feet, you stay unhurt and you keep on riding, even better.
Live the trail another day.
You live the trail another day. That's exactly, you want to land every time on your feet. Bell, know when to bell. Woo! Nice. He's good at jumping off. Did you catch that? Basically what happened on the trail was we were kind of going back and forth, you know, tit for tat, and he just punched me. All right, so that was awesome. We just rode Rowlett Creek Preserve with my best friend, neighbor, Jeff Nelson. We share the same name. Jeff, don't hold back. Let us know what the overall experience was like.
Sure. Let's let this bike.
Go right ahead, buddy.
Here at Onewheel Parts, we endorse trail etiquette, and bikes come number one. We are nothing. We are peasants.
Yeah, it was good. It was easier than I thought. I honestly thought it'd be a lot harder than that. But I think the key takeaways for me is, or things I need to work on, is just getting stable, especially at slow speeds. High speeds, I think, is easy, except I got a little bit of wobble back there on the high speed, which was a little bit weird. But slower speeds, to be able to almost stand still and just move at a slow pace without jumping off. I think that was a big deal. Relaxing. It was much easier to go over bumps relaxed than it was being tense. And I think that was just being familiar with the board. The more I became familiar with it, the easier it was to relax. Also getting a little bit of experience going over some routes and things like that made it a whole lot easier to relax too. So I wasn't scared that I was gonna like just nosedive or something. I think those are the big things. Just relax and get some speed, but be familiar with slowing down and not getting wobbly.
So it's interesting to me that, you really don't have that much experience one-wheeling at all. And so being that you came out here and you went around loop 1, you went through the whole thing, you even conquered a feature, is there anything that you could say to maybe motivate people that actually one-wheel all the time on concrete to maybe come out here and try the trail out?
Yeah, I think coming out to a trail to just enjoy yourself and not try to push yourself at first, and just enjoy being out and riding and trying new challenges. And as you get familiar with it, you naturally, at least me, wanted to speed up and try things a little quicker. So I think that's where, if I was to tell someone new, just come out there to enjoy it and not come out there to necessarily set any records.
Nice. Okay, we got some good answers there. We're getting bid up. So any last any last thoughts? Are you gonna want to come back out here? Are you wanting to maybe possibly buy a one wheel now? Are you gonna be back? Are you gonna trail, bro?
It would be fun to come back. I'm not sold on the one wheel yet. I'm buying it. I think the price point to getting in is just a little high, but it was definitely fun. And I know if I was on one, I'd definitely go trailing more than I would on concrete.
All right, so one wheel, you heard it here. Let's go ahead and get that GT down to $900, and I will probably pick up a few more. So back to you at the studio, guys.
You're not going to be able to hit pushback speeds your first time out there. Or maybe you are, Maybe you're just like
if you're
god
at
at trail riding,
Yeah.
You're just naturally gifted. But I know I wasn't. I tried.
He thought he was.
On the ground, yeah.
He thought he was. He saw Fuser. He's like, man, I'll go as fast as this guy.
Yeah. And it was great. It was awesome. I mean, I was dodging everything, and then I had one little slip up of the mind, and I was on the ground.
Well, let's
ready for that.
Let's feed off that. As a beginner trail rider, you really need to find people in your area that already do it, and you need to attach yourself to them and ride with them, because those people are going to make you better. So it's kind of a small world that we both had like the same mentor, and that was a big thing with us getting better, is chasing this really fast guy around.
Yeah, taking tips and pointers from him, watching how he rides, watch which lines he takes, and that really helped us improve a lot.
Yep. So yeah, all beginners out there, that's something you need to do, even if you're not like very good at being social and you're kind of a loner. Man, one wheel actually brings us all together. We're kind of like a fam, So definitely look for people in your area that are fast. And if you want to get fast, number one way is to chase those people. Yeah. All right, so real quick, say you don't have anyone to ride with. I feel like how I got fast, because there was a time in my trail riding stuff where I was like being able to chase people, and then there came a time where I was the fastest guy. So what could I do? Well, Strava helped me continue to progress myself, because every day I didn't go out there and just be like, oh, I'm just going to ride for fun. No, I would like set my Strava, and if I didn't go faster than the day before, I'm going faster. I'm getting hurt. I'm finding out how to go down this hill faster. I'm finding out how to launch over this route better. Yeah. It pushed me, and hands down made me a faster rider.
You end up chasing yourself at that point.
Yeah.
You're chasing your ghost on the trail. I mean...
So that's what I did all the time, man, with Strava, dude. Strava really made me faster, but I'm really excited now about the Onewheel app.
Yeah, they've introduced segments, which is basically Strava on the Onewheel app. It's
Onewheel
specific. Yeah, it's way better, because you don't have to mark yourself as ice skating or snowboard, whatever the hell they use, and
it has to have something better. I mean, because of the speed probably associated with like the inner, like the hub and the app itself.
Oh yeah, I mean,
would it make it more accurate?
I think so. Especially because it's connected to your board. So your board is constantly measuring how fast you were going during this speed versus this segment and this part, and everyone can see it.
So yeah, just be on the trails, knowing that things can happen. Take it at your own speed.
Yeah, a good way I like to say is, if you're going faster than you feel running next to you, slow down if you don't want to get hurt.
But you know what? Also bringing that up about running it out. One thing that we didn't talk about a minute ago is there's a time when you're about to fall where you actually can make a split decision to stay there or run it out.
Yes.
I feel like the beginner needs to maybe do a few mock runouts, so he's very comfortable with this like flight kind of timing.
Yeah, no, especially if you're afraid to get injured. I mean, there's been multiple times where I'm coming off. I'm either riding it out or I'm crashing hard, or I'm running it out safely right now. And you got to make those calls sometimes.
Yeah. Perfect examples would be on the obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
When you're coming up to the obstacles that Austin and I were talking about earlier, especially like rock gardens or some sort of like a bunch of roots, as you're kind of fumbling with your feet, jump off with both feet right then.
Just try it. Try jumping off and landing on that uneven terrain. Because if you're not ready for uneven terrain, you could land and twist an ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is
That's
a
why
trail.
I think when you get there, you get warmed up, you run around a little bit, and I feel like, seriously, like, do a few mock runoffs.
Yeah, no, that's a very good thing to do. I never did that, and I wish I had.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, do a few mock runoffs, man. It's not gonna hurt. If you're a beginner, you may not have any board experience. So, dude, I entered Onewheeling with thousands of hours of board experience. So I was able to run out stuff the first day. If I never had those thousands of hours of board experience, I could only imagine running it out. It's probably gonna feel really foreign.
Yeah, I mean, same with me. I used to skate and do bikes, and I was training for the circus when I was a kid. So I would practice jumping off of my bike and just rolling and landing.
Nice.
Genuinely. So I had a lot of experience with that. My body just does it. But
What's up, playa? How you doing? Oh yeah, let me record the screen. How was work today?
It's been good. You know, it's Mondays. They're a little aggravating.
All right, so Peavy, thank you for showing. Thank you for coming to the show. Do you even trail, bro? Show number 2. Oh, he's even on the Onewheel too. Nice, thank you, sir.
From the wheel, that's where I got the best service.
Heck yeah. So this is the beginner edition, and you and I are both the newest guys on the scene, and I've been all over this show, so I'm tired of talking. Everyone wants to hear from Hot Pants Peavy. All right, so tell people like when you started and what you did in the beginning to really elevate your game early on, or to expedite your skill level.
Riding for a year and 9 months, and what I did at first to get better was just riding it, you know, and trying to ride goofy. And after I learned that, and I've, you know, that's constant work, but you ride around, try to go as fast as you can all the time, really. And then like when you find that tough terrain that is like hard for you to go over, I like go back and I like analyze it really good, and I'm like looking for like the best line choice and whatnot. But that's really your key, is you got to keep your brain so fast and remembering where your good lines are going to be and what to look for right as you enter them. Like especially if you're like on unfamiliar terrain. But yep, been riding for.
Oh yeah. So right when you got on, did you go right to the trails, or tell me like the first 6 months? Did you ride around the streets or what?
It was my first time ever riding a Onewheel was off-road. It was in the trails and the hills of South Georgia. And my buddy Cole, he had one there that he was selling to a friend of his, and his friend let me ride it, and it was all off-road. And it was like 8 miles of trails, drained a whole XR battery first time on a Onewheel.
That's gnarly. So your first time ever on a Onewheel, you drained a XR stock battery, went 8 miles on a trail off-road.
And ate it like 4 or 5 times, like had some like belly flops, had some run outs, and it was like so good because you're not going as fast as like your dirt bikes are. So when you crash out, it's not as bad, you know. Like 1 out of the 3, I crashed out. I ran out most of them.
Heck yeah. So did you have any board experience prior, or is this the Onewheel like your first board?
Road, snowboard. We go like once a year up to North Carolina. And so and then we went to Colorado a couple times.
Okay, so you've been snowboarding. Dope. Okay, so let's move on with the interview. All right, do you have any sort of advice for someone just getting into the trail riding sport?
wear your pads.
So as far as like you training and getting really good, was there any sort of techniques? Did you have a mentor? Did you have a fast group you rode with? Did you Strava? How did you push yourself?
A lot of my riding right off the beginning was mostly by myself, but then my brother had one, so I rode with him quite a bit. But a lot of the riding I did where I improved a lot was done by myself. And about 5 months in, I'd say, is when I met Bart and Christy and them, and then we rode around a lot, the trails in Tally, and then I met some more people up there, and you know how it goes. And then I got another buddy of mine named John Mordecai. He actually got one, and I did a lot of riding with him. We went all over the place, and then now just I use it a lot at work too, so I'm always on it is the thing. So it's muscle memory, so it's always there. You know, it's like I'm always on the board, so I don't feel like I'm ever off of it.
Yeah, I think that's really important to ride it every day. I find myself riding in the morning to get coffee. Jeff and I ride it all the time. So besides trails, I'm right there with you and always on it. I think that helps big time. What was your experience like this racing season? How many races did you go to, and what was your coolest experience?
I went to 3 races this year. My first one was Wheel Scorcher, and it was awesome. It was my first event ever, so I knew nobody, and it was just a blast. I was out there, raced my GT one time, then raced my XR, and then that one I got 13th in. It was good. And then Canuga, that was my favorite one. I won that one, and I was so stoked. And then we went to Race for the Rail. That was the 3 events that I've done so far.
Hell yeah. So that's a hell of a season, bro. Hell yeah. First season in, you go to Race for the Rail, man. So many people would love that, and I think that's a great accomplishment. So congrats. By the way, real quick, are you going to Float Life Fest?
I'm going to be there.
Nice. I think I'm actually staying at the Def Punk's house, so we're going to be roomies again.
All right, man. I don't know if I'm going to stay there, but
for sure, it might get too crazy. All right, so what do you got to say for next season? I mean, you had hell of a run. You came in and out of nowhere at the end of the season, and you had everyone talking. You're crazy. You're fast. You're young. You're fearless. What do you got to say going into 2023's ORL race season?
I'm going to try to stay humble and realize it's anyone's race, you know. Try to just ride my one wheel and keep it on one wheel.
That's nice. Well, I feel you there, and man, I can't wait to get back on the board with you as well, or on the trail. And man, I guess we'll just end this with, do you even trail, bro?
Do you even trail, bro?
Yeah.
See you in Arkansas.
See you, buddy. All right, peace. Bye. We got the last thing on the agenda, and the last thing is kids on the trails. Can you take your kids on the trails? And the answer is
yes, you can, but please be responsible. Treat them with respect. Show them trail etiquette, what to do, what not to do, and you'd have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
Yeah, little Jeff loves riding the trail. Mm-hmm. He's been riding trails probably like you. He started riding trail about 6 months after he got it, and we got some cool footage that we could show you guys to end the show off with. Kids can ride trails, and at Float Life Fest 5 coming up, man, there's so many kids out there. It's like a big family
it's gonna be
festival.
Good. It's gonna be a really good vibe, I think. Fun for the whole family.
So that's a show.
Do you even trail, bro?